Yo, it's the temple of hip-hop culture. What should hip-hop be doing in the new millennium?
Hip-hop should be going into the community more, like the athletes do in terms of, you know what I'm saying, charities, working with churches and schools and the youth, kind of like you do, you know what I'm saying, as far as going to the colleges and speaking to these people and educating them more about hip-hop, about what it is they do, and showing more examples, you know what I'm saying, not necessarily role models, but good examples of, you know what I'm saying, in terms of contributing, you know, to the community where they're really making all their money from. You know, that's what I feel.
Big up, it's the temple of hip-hop culture.
Yo, Black and Brown Movement Radio Podcast. Third Eye Worldwide Radio.
We are in the building.
Yo, check us out, baby. It's Black and Brown Movement Radio Podcast. You can't mess with us because we coming from the past to the present to the future. If this situation is scarred, we'll come with some sutures. Yeah, we'll come with some stitches. But if you a snitch, then you'll end up in them ditches, bitches. Fuck with us, I don't think you really want, cause we shaking off the rust. Yes, we smoking blunts that are just rolled.
Guarantee we stack it. The knowledge that make you munch like you was at your lunch or brunching. Here we go, once again, got you munching on knowledge and social facts. Understand this is the track. Black and Brown, that's where it's at. Radio podcast. Here we go on that ass. Whack 'em cheese, yeah, we blast.
Guess what they'll be hearing? Yo, they heard it. It's them social experiments, them social injustices that they've been seeing on the TV and those subliminal messages. Yo, we blessing this. Yo, this track is the who, it's the brown and the black is what we do. Yo, we freestyling on tracks that are free. Fuck with us, you can't fuck with the B&B.
The B&B that's brown and black, black and brown, brown and black, back to back, natural fact. Y'all don't understand where it's at. The way the world spins on its axis, taxes. Don't you understand? Yeah, where we at? Back to meal, catch it, yeah. No radio deal, but we still keep it real. That's the way it is in Los Angeles. Can't handle it.
Fuck them taxes. We ain't supposed to be paying them.
Black and Brown Radio Podcast is going down.
Yo, we slaying them. All them punk whack MCs. It's a motherfucking Black and Brown, and we catching these bodies who's laying on the ground. What he say is the way the world goes round, whether it's the black or the brown. Ha ha ha. What up, my people?
Black and Brown Movement believe that civilization began in Africa.
Through the migration, we arrived in our slime. From east to west, all people of the sun. 400 years of blood, sweat, and tears.
500 years of resistance.
There's only a few things
Retained through bravery and persistence.
The gospel, the culture, the
music.
Life for our children.
Black and Brown Movement Radio Podcast.
Black and Brown Movement.
Creemos que la civilización comenzó en África a través de la migración que llegamos a Aztlán, a través de 300 años de sangre, sudor y lágrimas y 500 años de resistencia. Solo hay un par de cosas que hemos retenido a través de la valentía, la persistencia, el evangelio, la música, la cultura.
La cultura.
Black and Brown.
We on the same side. Viva la raza. We on the same side. Chicano.
So,
Power.
folks, what's going on?
Black and Brown Movement Radio Podcast. Dos Cero y Dos Uno. 2021, people. Young, gifted, and brown. Black and brown.
So, we are here, folks.
Yes.
March 21 already.
Deuce one, baby.
Coming
Deuce
to an
one.
end, actually.
Yeah.
'Cause we're at the, 20th day of March already?
Yeah, man. That's, 3 months in already?
We'd like to apologize that we probably left y'all thirsty and we haven't given up some episodes, but we've been building on some bigger things to come. Y'all be seeing soon.
And we back.
But we ain't never left, really.
No, never.
We just decided to give y'all a little moment of not appreciating this, and maybe y'all appreciate it more, and we'll give y'all more.
Yeah, no doubt. And this episode here is dedicated to social injustice, social justice experiments. Experiments.
You know, you ever had sociology, then you know what we talking about.
If you ever watched ABC Channel 7 and they had that show where they was doing them social experiments. Right, what would you do? Thank you.
Or 60 Days In.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, there's all kind of social experiments going on in society.
Hey, shots out.
Hey, the military does it all the time. It's called PSYOPs.
Right? And shouts out to those on social media.
Shouts out to Brother Darkside, rest in peace.
Rest in peace, my brother. But I've seen, and right now, off the top of my head, I can't recall, but I've seen cats on social media doing those social justice experiments, whether it be the gold digger. Have you seen those?
Gold digger?
Yeah, where they have, you know what I'm saying, do right up in the Lamborghini.
The Ferrari or whatever. Yeah.
That's an example of it. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna dive and delve a little deeper. You know, as a matter of fact, we want to give our prayers, condolences, and pray the prayer that passes all understanding, you know, from Christ our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, to those 8 victims in Atlanta of Asian descent.
Yeah, due to the, you know what I'm saying, domestic terrorism.
Absolutely.
That's what it is.
Yeah, straight up, you know.
Play that clip that you just was playing a minute ago so they can hear where dude said.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's no such thing as white pride.
Yeah, definitely. Talk to the people while I find that joint.
You know what I mean? Like, what's really the deal? Like, why would that guy go and do what he did? And then they're trying to justify it, saying, oh, he had sex addiction issues and all this other type of shit. So you go and kill 8 people that helped you get your nut off, nigga? Like,
right.
Really?
Right.
Help you with your happy ending, and then you went back and killed him later because you're frustrated because you can't control yourself? Like, what's really the deal with that? That's
and then we had
why are they always justifying the means
the sheriff,
of white people's actions that are violent?
The sheriff who had the audacity, yes, definitely, who jumped on fucking the news media and said this guy had a bad day. What? He had a what? He had a bad day. That kills 8 people.
That's how I feel about that.
Hey, let me do this right quick. Let me do that. Yeah.
Beer and bullshit.
Beer and bullshit, baby.
That shit he said about the sheriff, bullshit.
Man. And I'm about to play that clip. I found it real quick before I even take a sip. Let me play the clip.
Play the clip.
Here we go.
I knew this question was coming, and I waited until someone asked it nicely to respond. So there's no such thing as white pride. In part because we
do
no
not own
white culture.
Yaku, we do not own the rights to this,
Scottish,
Yaku.
German, Irish. You can even have regional pride, like Southern pride. These things usually apply to your cultural identity, like how you grew up, etc. And I had some people argue, well, other colors have pride, and no, they don't. Chicano, Latino pride, Asian pride, those are not colors. The one exception is Black pride, and that's because they've had a unique experience no one else has. Black Americans were robbed of their culture. They don't know where they come from.
Speak
Two
on
Black
it.
Americans meet. They could have come from warring African tribes. They don't know. What they do know is their American experience was similar. In other words, the thing that connects them is the color of their skin and how society has treated them as a result. You also have to consider where the terms white pride and black pride originate. White pride was coined by white supremacists. Black pride is from the Black Power and Civil Rights movement. So one represents superiority and hate, and the other a fight for equality.
Thank you to Michael McWhorter, a viral TikTok video. Again, we do not own the rights to this video, to that audio.
But we decided we wanted to share it with the world.
No doubt, no doubt.
Courtesy of the man he just said.
Yeah, so that's our theme for the night, folks. It's
and we want to say what to him? We want to give him applause.
Yeah, no doubt.
Thank you for the information that you share with the world. We appreciate it. So there's no excuse for ignorance. Lack of information is the definition of ignorance. You should not have that excuse anymore.
And they say ignorance is bliss. I don't agree, but hey,
Well, we live in a world of idiocracy.
no doubt.
You ever seen that movie? Tap into it. You might understand what I'm saying.
No doubt. Black and Brown Movement Radio Podcast. Shouts out to Positive Minded Apparel, Hip Hop for the People,
Yeah.
Black and Brown Movement. Shouts out to Cliff Irie, who been hooking us up with the logos and whatnot.
He's the one that laced me with my first logo. I did the initial
Yeah,
graph idea, and then he mastered it for me.
no doubt. Shouts out, as he mentioned previously, Dark Side 90042, King of Southeast LA. You know what I'm
In case you
saying?
don't know who his dark side is, his real name is Earl Amaya.
No doubt. Shouts out to the homie Kiki.
Shouts out to the family. Shouts out to all the family.
kids.
To all the kids.
Yeah, no doubt.
You know what I'm saying? To my little loved ones, Marley, LA, and why did I forget my little dude's name?
Yeah, that would be. I mean, good question. We'll get back. We'll get it back on the next joint. But shouts out to all the peoples that support us. My brother said it earlier. We gotta give shouts out to those who support us because they do. They fuck with us. Bottom line, you know what I'm saying? And you know,
Yeah, I'm giving shouts out to a few other folks though.
the homie Boner.
Hey, always
Deuce one. What?
Boner, bitch.
Nah, I mean, you know what it is.
Shouts out to Dr. Unique's.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Dr. Unique Extracts. That bomb has garlic juice. It smokes fire. I must
Shouts
say.
out to Revolution.
The Tobacco Revolution.
Tobacco Revolution.
Fine glass.
Yeah, out there in what city are they in?
They're out there in the border of La Mirada and Whittier.
Yeah, no doubt. Shouts out to look them out on the internet. Shouts out to Do Vape because we do vape.
We do vape.
You know what I'm saying? Right there on Figueroa and Adams. Get at them.
Shouts out to my man at the Sesh Launchpad LA. Shouts out. Shouts out to my man. You know what it is. Bang Bang. Check my man out. He's everywhere doing the sessions. Y'all don't know about him. Y'all should check him out. Sticky J.
THC advocates in the house. You know what I'm saying?
Always.
Always.
Dab up.
Shouts out to Esther's Edibles. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, y'all should keep up with that. It's going to be blowing up soon.
Hey, hit us up, you know what I'm saying? 213-335-8773, you know what I'm saying, for your orders. You can text them. We'll be shooting out the links on the social media, on the YouTube page. Yeah, you know, shouts out to all the folks out there who are just, you know, hustling straight up, you know what I'm saying?
Shouts out to all the entrepreneurs. Shouts out to IMBIPD. You know what I'm saying? And give them a
Support
big
the
up.
blog.
Support, check out them cats, man. Coming up, big event, April 17th, the weekend of April 17th and 18th. Stonerville Music Fest. If you ain't on Instagram and you ain't seen it already, we'll post it and posting. It's gonna be popping.
Shouts out to APE, right?
Yeah, that's you know what I'm saying? You gotta check my man out. Go Apes, man. That's the man with the banana apparel.
Yeah,
Y'all know about it, you should tap in about it.
Yeah, no doubt, you know. Shouts out to all our peeps, you know what I'm saying, that support us. Black and Brown Movement Radio Podcast. Third Eye Worldwide Radio. Shouts out to Carmelo Alvarez and Radiotron.
Hashtag Ape Life, man.
Yeah.
But he's the main guy behind that, you know what I'm saying, the event coming up that weekend, April 17th to 18th. Tap into IM_VIPD to get your, you know what I'm saying, your tables and bottle service set up for VIPD access. You want to hit that man up.
Shouts out to Artists United to End Homelessness. Our boy Lee Ballinger, our peoples, you know what I'm saying, Bentu, Megan Reeves, you know, our man Jerry, shouts out to, remember the name of his church over there? I'm having
Off of Somerset and Jefferson, I don't remember the name of it off the top of my head.
Hope LA. Hope LA, Church of Hope LA, right there. He said it's Somerset and Jefferson, Los Angeles, California. You know what I'm saying? Killer Cali. You know, shouts out to, like I said, the Artists United to End Homelessness. All our
Shout
people
out to
involved.
El Scatterbrain.
Scatterbrain,
Vinson.
Son. all our true peeps.
All the underground hip hop nation.
The homie Kiki,
Next.
aka Next,
Always known as Proxy.
aka Proxy, you know what I'm saying? For those in the underground know those names. Shouts out to Owen.
Shouts out to my man down there, Coach Ali.
No doubt, down there in Bakersfield.
Run the play.
Shouts out to Owen and Now and the collective, you know what I'm saying? Old school. Shouts out to Do It For Music.
Doing it for the music,
You know what
baby.
I'm saying? Shouts out to Unity Project. Shouts out to Project Blowed.
Shouts out to Sabajes representing Santa Ana.
Shouts out to the bullies. You know what I'm saying? Shit, it is what it is, man.
Shouts out to Old School. Y'all might not know him by this name, but I call him this because I knew him before he reached the level of fortune and fame. From the D House. Microphone Mike.
Yeah, no doubt. Freestyle Fellowship. Shouts out, you know what I'm saying? Shouts out to Medusa.
Bam, bam. Big
You know what I'm
ups.
saying? Shouts out to all those who support this underground LA scene. Because that's what we're here for, man. We're here to promote. We're here to promote artists, whatever artists they may be. Whether it's hip-hop, R&B, canvas art, graffiti art, making the beads, making the necklaces, jewelry, homemade jewelry. Well, whatever your art may be, we're here to promote you. So hit us up on the comments, man. Let us know what you think about this podcast in reality.
You can call in live.
Yeah, no doubt.
213-246-6667.
Or 213-335-8773. I'm about to hit up my son, my 19-year-old son, Josiah Elijah Brox. Rest in peace to Jeb 1. You know what I'm saying? Josiah, original Jeb. Rest in peace to Enough One,
Bros,
Joey Jones.
my little brothers.
You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to all our peeps who ain't here. You know what I'm saying? We still here kicking them live and live in color, as they say, right?
Yes, sir. So as I said, Stonerville Music Festival, 4/17 and 18/21.
No doubt. That's what's up.
And speaking of which, on that, shouts out to my man Andre Bonds, CD Bonds. I think I said that right. My man from Snowflake, man. He's one of the big stars there in Snowflake. Skelly, man.
Yeah,
Skelly, the man that plays the role of Skelly, man. Y'all know him. Y'all should tap in. He's a veteran actor. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no doubt.
Tales from the Hood from the Crypt or whatever.
Yeah, he on
he's in a bunch of shit. Y'all don't know what's real though.
That's on me. He was telling me he was on the Blow, on the FX series Blow.
Yeah.
Right? You the OG on there? Yeah, that's what's up. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out and rest in peace to John Singleton. You know what I'm saying?
Really though.
Man, the homie right there.
Pioneer.
Boys in the hood. You know what I'm saying?
Boys in the hood are always hard. Come talking that trash, they might pull your card.
Yeah, it is what it is. We do this for the kids. We handle our biz. Not for your niggas who be out there flipping their wigs.
Doing negative shit.
Yo, I can bite my brother in his verses. Cause all these cats out here are brothers on the block and curses and hearses. Out here driving in coffins.
Outlined in chalk and ain't talking.
No, not at all. We not out here to ball. We not out here to fall. We out here to stall. All this bullshit, negativity, and violence. You can't fuck with this shit if you out here in silence. Somebody gotta speak out on this shit. Government ain't nothing, and they not giving a shit.
You said it in the song a long time ago. They playing on our intelligence. Now you know. We got flows the way they got ignorance. But y'all didn't get it because you're still living in silence. Too much pride. Don't you get it's time to lay to die so we can elevate and really ride the way they roll on the White House. Get it really? Yeah, wake up, stop being a church mouse. Quiet and silent, not really using your voice. Trying to wake up, yeah, get on the course of action. Like the passion of days. Here we go once again. Yeah, I just blazed my blunt with a little bit of wax on the tip. Here I go once again. Whack MCs don't even trip. We got you ready.
Flip the script.
Or 99%
Huh?
of the Negro
Flip the script.
community community are criminals.
Listen.
And once the white public is convinced that most of the Negro community is a criminal element, then this automatically
that bullshit they on right now.
for the police
What's
to
that bullshit?
move into the Negro community, exercising Gestapo tactics.
That's all they doing. Using illmatic tactics, call it legal formats, but then when we legal format to protest, we get to gas and shit in our face. Social justice, where's that in place? We don't see it yet, so we gonna pick up the pace. Fuck them niggas with the motherfucking stun gun and the mace.
Yeah, you hear the crows, cause it's the black and brown movement with the flows. That's all we knows, that's all it is. You can't fuck with us, what we handle our biz. It's for the kids, cause it's the movement. It's the black and brown, and yo, it's about improvements. It's IMC, internationally, multiculturally educated and related to the indigenous peoples of this indigenous land. It's the black and brown movement, and we take a stand. Yo, we band like the brothers, whether it be mothers, fathers, daughters, and sons.
Or cousins.
You can't fuck with us, it's family. It's family tree from the roots. We black and brown. We stomp around the black and brown town with our boots. That's what it is, not Timberland. Cause they racist like the motherfucking white man. You know what I'm saying? We all about fucking talking about spraying niggas and vatos down. We walk around, give them a pound. They look in our face and be astounded where these black and brown brothers coming from the natives that live that beat the African and Aztec drums. You want some, come get some. Don't start none, won't be none. It is us, and we done.
Like last year,
man,
in the COVID pandemic.
Pandemic.
Most systemic racism society. Now we're gonna bring reality and some notoriety.
Yeah, that's what it is, man. Black and Brown Movement Radio Podcast, hip hop for the people, positive minded apparel, all that. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to our homie Bruce Roberts, straight up. Government name. We call him Bruce Banner. We call him
the Black Bob Dylan.
You know what I'm saying? He out there doing big things in Atlanta, the film industry.
And when it comes to our X-Men names, he's what? Black Gambit.
Black Gambit, right. So he out there, man. Shouts out. He helping me with my book, The Black and Brown Movement, Birth of a Movement.
My man is on the set doing big things on Coming to America 2 set,
just got off of that shit, you know what I'm saying?
On the Aretha Franklin documentary. Yeah. You know, my man is behind the scenes on many things.
Fucking with Tyler Perry in the studios.
He was involved in all the adventures shit.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, that's what it is. He be fucking with them Adam Sandler movies, Grown Ups 1 and 2, Shaq and them, you know what I'm saying? Getting shots out. But yeah, so let's get back to the main topic, man. It's the social justice experiment. Okay, so we talked about and touched on the topic of what happened in Atlanta. For those of you who don't know, from our numbers that we've gotten from the media, 8 Asian Americans murdered, slaughtered in
domestic terrorism.
In a massage parlor or what have you. We had a speech by a local sheriff who talked about the young man being distraught and what was it?
Is he still alive?
The young man?
Oh yeah, you know that was rhetorical.
Yeah, no, he's still alive.
That was rhetorical.
And the sheriff too, and the sheriff still has a job as well. But yeah, all that's rhetorical. We'll get into all that.
The point of him killing them people was this: it's fucking not cool. Very sad. Like they didn't do nothing to him, other than maybe have him have a nice little happy ending, which he went to go get personally.
He had a bad day, bro.
Bullshit, yo. If I had a bad day and killed 8 people, I wouldn't be talking to you right now.
Hey, according to that white sheriff, he had a bad day.
He's a white supremacist.
Absolutely. Internal or domestic, as you said.
Domestic terrorism.
Yeah, straight up.
He's a supporter of it.
So this is, we evaluated that situation. We analyzed it, and we came up with a theory of
Excuse me. That's that beer.
Hey, beer and bullshit. But we came up with this theory based on social justice experiments. So we had an idea where, what if we took an African American, a black male.
Excuse me. Let me correct you, sir. We do not live and vibe by that Bill Clinton term. We ain't been to Africa. We are not African American. We are black Native Americans in America.
Hey, feel you. Please correct me, no doubt. So, we take a black male, right? And we conduct, execute, map out a social justice experiment and have him murder 8 white folks, just as this white folk murdered 8 Asian Americans. And
just go murder 8 super rich people just because they're privileged and they take advantage of shit.
Yeah. And so
there you go, coin flip.
The only reason we want to do this is because we want to see
what the outcome justably will be judicially.
Right.
Will he get taken in the car, all nicely arrested and taken to the station with a Happy Meal? Will he be gunned down like all the rest of them have been?
Besides, on a law-abiding, perspective, the social justice aspect of it is, what would be the reaction of the media? That's the real question.
Oh, he was a criminal. He had a drug history.
What would
he used to be in gangs.
What would be the response of
negativity
of his local sheriff? No matter what the race of that local sheriff may be, what would his response be versus this white male who killed 8 Asian folks, and what the local sheriff said in the media about it? What would, on the flip side, if it was a black male who killed 8 white folks, what would the local sheriff?
Because he had a bad day,
right? Would he have had a bad day, according to his local sheriff? I don't think so. What would the media? What? See, the media really are artists.
Huh.
You know why? Because they paint pictures. And, they paint pictures according to those who run them. Well, who runs and owns the media? That's another question, right? Who runs and owns the media?
The government.
So, the government and or those with money and power. So, we want to know, we the people, whether that be just you and I, one black individual, one brown individual,
give a fuck,
who create a black and brown movement. We're curious to know what would the reaction of the local sheriff and or law enforcement be. What would the reaction of media locally and nationally be?
He wouldn't even got to. The black person wouldn't even, after the first initial shit, it would have been fucking shitload of cops there. He wouldn't even got to shoot no more damn people.
Right.
I didn't get to see the news or anything because I kind of have not been watching much news. There's just too much negativity. But
that's what it breeds, yeah.
Did the motherfucker just walk down the street with the gun and shit all on his shoulder like the other motherfucker that was at the protest killing black people, and he just walked past the shit, all the SWAT team, and they just waved at the motherfucker with an AR-15 on his shoulder?
Right.
Black man would have been gunned down right there.
Yeah.
So, see, that's that shit we talking about. Social injustice experiments, because that was an experiment that was a proven factor that white privilege is in America.
Okay, so I got a social justice experiment. This is based on an HBO movie, and the name of the movie is called Walkout. And this is an Edward James Olmos production. He executively produced it. He acted in it.
It's his shit.
Right, basically, you know what I'm saying? And so, basically what it was based on a true story of Latin Americans, they want to call them Latinx now. I mean, they're constantly changing the name. You know, it's majority Mexican American, but
Chicanos, man, Chicanos.
hey, in the movie, that's what they called them because that's what they hollered, Chicano power. But this was in 1968, and it taught me a few things.
No perfect records left.
It taught me a few things. One of the things I did not know in 1968 in LA Unified School Districts, did you know that they still had fucking paddles?
I think I got twats.
Oh, okay.
in elementary school.
Yeah.
Nigga.
Yeah.
My mom was one of them asshole parents that signed the permission slip.
So
I got several swats, nigga, in elementary school.
So these Chicano Americans,
Fuck you, Mr. Alexander.
Mexican Americans,
and Mr. Hunt too, even though I didn't get no swats from you, but fuck both of you motherfuckers abusing your power.
Guess what these Latinos were getting swats for in 1968 in East LA Unified School Districts?
Had on baggy pants?
No, because they spoke Spanish. If they spoke Spanish on school grounds,
and somebody heard them
in a class, they would get swatted with this paddle. So,
yeah, it's a racquetball paddle.
Right, exactly.
Nigga, I'm telling you, I had several swats, nigga.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I know what the fuck.
You know firsthand, right?
Straight up. You hear that motherfucker coming. The air sucks in through the puddle, through the hose, and all of a sudden that motherfucker sucks in your jeans on your ass. Say, hey, school days.
Right.
Oh, Big Brother Almighty.
Yeah.
And you get them niggas in swat with that's just a fucking croquette. No, cricket.
Yeah.
That's a cricket paddle.
Yeah.
But the racquetball paddle is way more in depth because they got them holes in it.
Yeah.
So when that motherfucker,
that's the exact same one that I seen on this movie.
Yeah.
Check it out, HBO Max. Oh, Walk Out. Executor.
Hey, that's the movie when they walked out of school.
Yeah. All the East LA schools, Lincoln.
Yeah.
Garfield, Wilson.
Yeah.
All the
I remember it. I remember.
Yeah, this goes way back.
The history about the walkout.
And this is a true story.
Because we Huskies, we went to ELAC.
Yeah.
So it's also always been mentioned.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of ELAC, shouts out to the Netflix series Last Chance U, where they covered basketball this time, and it was
Huskies.
It was focused on the Huskies, East LA College, and the players that ended up there from different circumstances. Check it out when you get a chance; it's pretty dope. But yeah, shouts out to this movie Walk Out. Shouts out to Edward James Olmos. Shouts out to all the actors and everyone involved in this project, which was based on a true story and all the true characters. And it talked about all these issues that they had, back in the late 60s, early 70s. The Brown Berets were a big part of this thing. Shouts out to them. And the
Brown Berets, B&B.
And the Black Panthers who supported them, who were out there hollering Chicano power and straight up supporting, the early stages of Black and Brown, Black Panthers and Brown Berets. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to those folks who stood down. Shouts out to Black Panther leader in Chicago. To my mans in them, you know what I'm saying? They just had the movie.
You talking about me and Mitchell?
No. Fred Hampton.
Oh, okay.
Fred Hampton. And then shouts out to his son who's holding it down in Chicago and Black Panther chapter there in Illinois. But shouts out to Fred Hampton for the fact that, this movie that just came out recently and everyone involved in that movie, shouts out to them. But Judas and the Black Messiah, that's what it's called. So there was a cat who was involved in the Black Panthers and particularly in Fred Hampton's chapter, who was working as an informant for the FBI.
While the Black Panthers don't exist anymore.
Right. And why Fred Hampton was murdered by
the
FBI and local police at the age of 21 in Illinois and Chicago. But shouts out to him for the fact that he got the Brown Berets and Latino organizations in Chicago together with other white organizations, who are fighting against injustice, you know, he got them all together and they fought together. You know, so shots out to them. You know, again, the theme of this episode is social justice experiments. And the main experience we're suggesting is to take a black male,
a real hood nigga who don't give a fuck.
There you go.
A real G-ass nigga who's like, fuck it.
Yeah, who's willing to serve the time for the crime.
You know, so just say hypothetically speaking.
Right.
We say, hey, you know, community, the people gathered up like 10 racks. Say, nigga, here's 10 racks for you. Go and do what you do.
Do the do.
Do the do like the white man did in Atlanta.
Right. Make this
the conceptual. We're gonna tell you why we asked you
to life,
and we're gonna tell him why we asked him to do it. And the point being is, he gonna be that hood of a nigga. He ain't gonna give a fuck because he want to know too. All raw real shit. Keeping it 1,000 with you. Fuck not keeping it 100 because half you niggas don't keep it 99.
Right.
So you're minus 99. You can't keep it 100. That means you're only 1% real, nigga.
No.
Fake ass motherfuckers.
So our experiment, suggestion is this: take the black male.
Hypothetically speaking,
of course, have him kill white folks, 8 of them, just as equivalent to this.
Or it can even be 9, you know, for the South Carolina church murders.
Hey, it could be 20. I don't care. The point is, multiple white folks, have them killed, murdered, in the same way that Asian, Pacific Islander, black and brown folks.
The black folks at the rally, the protest, that the motherfucking kid walked down the street, murdered him, and he walked right in front of the SWAT tanks and shit, waving his hand with the gun on him, and they act like they gave the nigga a wave. Like, hey, what's up, Johnny? The fuck?
Yeah.
Really going on in the world.
That was on tape. How will we know about it? Because we saw it firsthand.
Dude.
But, yeah, you know, have him, you know.
That was me. I'd be not talking right now.
Right.
I'd be shot the fuck up.
No doubt. Have them murder these white folks and then let us see.
And we're not advocating murder, violence, and none of that.
On any level.
We're talking social justice experiments to see what the same treatment be given to the black man as the white man was given after his actions.
This is a fiction.
Or any of the other previous actions, the murders in Colorado, Columbine, at the movie theater. You know, that nigga got treated the greatest after shooting up a whole movie theater of innocent people. Like, black man ain't getting treated that way. Brown man ain't getting treated that way. Minus the social fucking justice experiments. So fuck the bullshit.
Yeah. That's really what we're questioning, you know. Just as so many others before us have questioned our society and have questioned our laws, have questioned our justice system, have questioned our social economic divide, have questioned our political divide, have questioned our housing divide, have questioned racism, have questioned, you know,
racial profiling.
Man, we can go on and on all night. But we're questioning.
Discriminating people's natural voice, because this is natural. Yeah. But motherfucking scary, sensitive skin motherfuckers like Santa Monica, UCLA Hospital, those are both the same affiliates. Want to talk about, you got loud. And then I asked the motherfuckers if they want an example of what loud is, so they can know the difference, because this is natural. And this is me being loud. Big difference. So it's too much social injustice going on. So that's the point of our experiment about social justice. We want to know.
Too many violations of rights.
Violating all the Constitution.
Human rights.
Constitution.
Civil rights. Let's talk about the 14th Amendment.
What the fuck? African American?
Let's talk
bullshit.
About, you know.
Because I'm not that.
Look, I got to give.
I'm Africano.
I got to give shots out to Netflix. I got to give shots out
for
to
Five Bloods?
No.
Five times.
Well, yeah, obviously for that, but also for maybe you haven't seen it yet. It's hosted by Will Smith and a bunch of other white, black, brown, Asian hosts, actors. It's called Amendment, or Amend. I think it's called Amend. It's a Netflix series, and it's all about the 14th Amendment. And it goes to the very root and source of it, and it talks about Frederick Douglass. It talks about Jim Crow. It talks about slavery and the 14th Amendment. Let's take for example Frederick Douglass, who was a slave, who was then freed as a slave, who was then
abolished from America,
who was not a citizen, and then who eventually became a citizen. So his status as a human being changed so many times within his lifetime, and that was the beginning of the 14th Amendment, and it started with slavery and it started with black folks, but it evolved. Guess what it evolved into?
More bullshit?
No, it evolved into the rights of women.
ERA?
Yes. It evolved.
Which was what, 1976?
Late 60s, early 70s. Yes, absolutely. It evolved into gay rights and gay marriage. The 14th Amendment.
Was that Prop 8?
Yeah, 14th Amendment, started way back when, but yet everyone used it and won with it as a constitutional amendment and a constitutional right.
Everybody except for black folks.
No, it started with black folks where
we ain't got no constitutional rights, brother.
What I'm saying is, you have to.
We less than the fucking dog.
You have to,
let them tell it.
No, you have to check out this Netflix series and see, like I said, Dred Scott. I know you heard of Dred Scott.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so Frederick Douglass, Dred Scott, these precedents.
Scott was one of the first ones murdered, I'm mistaken, during the Boston Tea Party series situation.
That was part of it. But his case made precedents.
Yeah.
Frederick Douglass made precedents. Harriet Tubman in the Underground Railroad made precedents, in regards to slavery, in regards to the rights of slaves and freed slaves and their offspring. And so these fights started at this level and it began at this level, but as I mentioned, people use the rights that black folks hollered about at so long ago up until now, and used it to their advantage when it came to women's rights, when it came to gay rights, gay marriage,
everything but black rights.
The point is that those folks, Frederick Douglass, Dred Scott, Harriet Tubman, they paved the way and they fought the fight to where later on in history, women couldn't claim the same fight in the same fact that they were also discriminated against gay folks.
Yep.
Right.
What's up, world?
That's the common
going on out there?
denominator.
Instagram, Facebook people,
and it's because of the 14th Amendment and because of
coming at you live. From
the fighting the good fight from back then to now. Those are the common denominators, and those are the people that have been oppressed on one level or another, and have that common thread to say, you know what, the common thread was the 14th Amendment.
You know what I'm saying? Representing black and brown movement.
And the common thread is in the struggle. You know what I'm saying? So
this is my man right here.
It really breaks down to those in political power and monetary, economical power versus everyone else.
Did you say government?
Yeah, that's part of the political and monetary power. And everyone else basically falls victim to all that.
People? Black and Brown
has the common thread.
DJ Amar Mansour, the soldier, aka Eternal Taz. We all the way back from Brooklyn, back to 20 years ago. Hip hop for the people, Black and Brown movement. This is where we all start. This is
celebrities
something
and actors,
monumental,
mostly
fundamental for
actors,
all
but,
hip hop heads.
you know,
We just
the
live
thing
what we
that I
do.
loved
It's a
about it,
culture.
check it out,
This
it's
is not
called
rap.
Amend,
This is hip hop.
hosted
By
by Will
the
Smith.
way, peace to everybody
Netflix.
that's been around.
It's a mini
Bruce,
series.
Rick, everybody that's back in the cut,
All the
everybody that's
actors
keeping
that
it real.
were-
Many mean small people.
So I'm Taz. I'm from Brooklyn.
All the
Lived on the
actors
West Coast. I
that
met these
were
brothers a
in
long
it
time ago. This is family. This is a family
represented
thing. This is culture for real.
Women represented.
Then we decided
Um,
we have to live it and we have to be about
minority
it. So hip hop for the
represented
people
black,
is for the
brown,
kids
Asian,
because the
white,
kids are the people's
represented
future. So now we're doing what we got to do.
those
I moved
that
down
were
to
in,
Brazil.
you
I'm
know,
in Salvador.
supporting the
I'm in
struggle, the
Bahia.
fight.
Now we got a school in
And
Bahia. So
ultimately,
this is where we need you, right?
you know, the end
Hip
result
hop
is,
people.
you know,
This is where we come in.
I think
this
you
is
said
all
it
about
earlier. It
moving
all
forward.
breaks
This
down
is about
to,
social economics,
okay,
collective economics.
still
This
fucked.
is about feeding ourselves without
Right?
having to worry about them
But
taking our
You
supply
don't have the
away.
right complexion, put a
Right.
protection in the
So
collection.
here we
You know
are
what the
back
end
in
result
LA,
is.
and I came to
But
tell
that
y'all
doesn't
things
mean we
are
don't
real.
stop fighting.
It's really
Yeah,
real.
no.
Listen to the
Don't
verse.
even mean
Listen
to
to the
stop.
lyrics.
That doesn't
Hip hop
mean
for the
that
people,
Can't
by
stop,
the
won't
people.
stop.
We
those
are us, right?
have a
If y'all
common
want
goal,
to
who
find out
have
more
a
about what
common
we're doing
thread
down in
within the
Brazil,
struggle
we have a
and fight
website you can check out.
that
It's
they don't continue to unify. So shouts out to
www.luz.web,
women.
WEBS.com.
Big up
Check
to
that out,
all
please.
women in the world, especially
Other
those
than
that are
that,
activists and
give
fighting
information.
keep
and
paying
using their
attention.
voice and platforms
Stay woke.
They
to
building a natural
stand up against the
composite
aggressors.
youth center down
And
there.
shouts out to the
Understand what I just said?
LGBTQ
Natural
plus
composite.
community.
All from Mother
yeah,
Earth.
all that.
So that's the
Rainbow.
type of things we
Yeah, the
involved with and what we
Rainbow
Sustainable,
do.
Coalition,
sustainable
both racially
income.
and,
Grow your
and
food.
Understand
sexually
what
and
we about.
whatever
We
the
about
case
the
is, you
people,
know,
Happily.
the culture,
however
the
you
community.
identify, you know what I'm
Believe it's
saying?
real.
We're not here
Black and brown
to
movement.
discriminate. We're
We
here.
ain't judging nothing.
Nope, we're not here to
We
exclude
doing this.
anybody.
We
We're
not
here
trying,
to
we
include
doing it.
everybody.
Trying to room for failure.
That's
Remember that.
Do what we
IMC.
do.
You know what I'm saying?
However,
This is
the
what's going
social
down.
structure,
Black and brown. That's how we
which
do it.
the theme
All the way
of
from
the
Brazil.
podcast is
BIA,
social
born,
justice.
bred, Brooklyn.
Brooklyn to
West
Brazil.
Coast. He's an East Coast
social
kid
structure,
living in the West
racial
Coast, representing the West Coast.
Black
But he's
and brown
nationwide with
worldwide.
the Brazil.
structure,
So understand when we say we
sexuality structure,
IMC, we international,
you can
multicultural.
go down
No
the
borders,
line.
no boundaries, no limits.
It's
Third
equality
No
is not
gimmicks.
there.
We all
And
up
the
in this
fight
and we real with
has
it.
been
We keep
going
it
on
1,000
for
with Jesus.
centuries
Believe
and
it.
generations.
Understand?
Will
Y'all keep it
continue.
100, y'all do
And
that.
so
We
we're
keep that
here
shit
to
1,000. That's
represent
1,000.
and continue
Know what it is.
the
We
fight.
spiritual heroes and we in this place to be.
So,
My man Taz,
I don't know,
D.
bro.
Jeremiah, you know what I'm saying?
Top
the soldiers
five,
representing
you know,
all the way from
it's a
Brazil. We here
usual-
for a
Never come to
minute.
Salvador,
Let's
Bahia,
do random sport
Podcast.
conversation
Sao
right
Paulo.
now.
In Bahia, not Sao Paulo,
Yeah,
the
we
state.
saying.
Man.
We're in the
Sports
state
segment.
of Bahia. So you
Madness
got
is
Salvador, you
mad,
got
boy.
Moji, Sao
It
Paulo.
has begun,
Look me up.
and
I'm
it's
not
begun.
Havana. I'm
Hey, if you're a college
Sao
basketball
Paulo.
fan on
DJ
any
Mar
level,
Mansour, DJ
you
Mar,
know what I'm
Taz,
saying? March
NC
Madness
Soldier,
fan on
the
any level.
more,
Hey, we
the
got something
eternal
calling
one.
you?
That's me. You will find me if you're looking for me. Everything is
Hey,
serendipitous.
you gotta love
You want
March
to give
Madness. Like my
shout
brother
out to your
mentioned, man, we
Brazilian
got a lot
folks
of
and
upsets
Portuguese,
going
you
on.
know what I'm
got
saying,
all
that might be
these one and
listening to this
done
Black and Brown Movement Radio
athletes
podcast
to where
episode 8.
you know these universities that used to be
E aí, galera,
dominant,
essa aí de
Kansas,
Mansur,
Kentucky,
do Brooklyn,
North
direto
Carolina,
do Salvador, direto de Morro de
they're
São
not
Paulo
as
para Los
dominant
Angeles,
as they used to be
com
because
a galera aqui do
these
Black
one
and
and
Brown
dones are
Movement, Hip Hop for
coming
the
into their
People.
programs and
Esse
leaving
é,
out,
aqui é o estúdio, a gente está fazendo nosso
yeah,
trabalho,
it's
nossa
just,
cultura,
you know,
vivendo o
it's
momento, também
not-
fazendo os
You wanna-
inscritos.
you wanna
Então,
chime in on
esse
the
abraço
topic?
para vocês, muito amor, paz, luz.
Put it
Estou
through,
aí
put it
voltando
through,
daqui a
put the
pouco, a
call
gente
through.
vai fazer muita coisa aí, muito paz, luz, Diego,
So yeah, man, we got
Gaston,
got
a
about
galera
10
de Morro de
minutes
São Paulo,
left in this podcast. We
o
gonna
Adelino, a galera,
talk about this
porra, cara.
sports
Muito
segment
maneira,
here, March
a galera da
Madness. If
capoeira,
you're down,
capoeira
man,
Brasil,
chime in. Let us
capoeira
know who you
Batuque, todo
root
mundo
for,
lá,
who you
mano. Vamos nessa,
represent.
vamos
It
nessa.
might be
é nóis.
out in the first round already to this point, but
One love movement.
you know,
So,
who's still
Bust,
talking?
bracket busted
You know what
for
we do.
everybody.
Whose
We
bracket
always
is
say
not
it,
busted to
and we
this
They
point?
just
represent
started the
every
show
day that we
earlier.
do it.
Zero bracket,
We
no
one
perfect
movement.
bracket
You
left.
understand
Yeah, they
what it it
be
is.
to this
Get with
point.
it. Check it out.
Brother.
Black
I mean, who would have
Brown
predicted
Movement,
15, 14, 13, 12 seeds? You know,
Come on,
Check us
man.
out.
upset
You know
all
what I'm
these
saying?
people.
Follow us,
I
comment.
told you March
Let
Madness
us
was
know
gonna
what
be
you
mad.
feel and what you think
and
about
again,
what
as I
we
mentioned, too
represent.
many one and done,
Hip
bro.
hop for the people.
There's
See
no
what it
dominant
is.
teams like
All
there
right,
used to
let
be
me
back
shoot
in
that
the day.
L Trojans.
Go for it.
And guess what else?
Pac-12, shit, representing 5-0 in the first round. What?
UCLA. UBLA. We root for UCLA.
Movement, we out.
We root for UCLA because we LA.
Damn, we sitting here watching sports.
But we Trojan fans at heart. Remember that. Don't ever get it twisted.
Looking at LeBron James, it just went down with the ankle injury.
Yeah, that play right there was kind of jiggy by old boy.
Yeah. I'm not feeling that. But,
yeah. As a Laker fan, no one's feeling that one.
AD already down.
He just dove into his leg.
Yeah. High ankle sprain for LeBron James here. And the Lakers, I think it was third in the West to this point. Might fall. As long as we make it to the playoffs, everybody comes back healthy. Let's see if we can make that run to defend our championship. A lot of teams out in the West as well as the East want to get that chip as well. So they making their moves.
The league is making their moves too.
No doubt. I mean, obviously, you got the Brooklyn Nets. You know what I'm saying? They out there trying to put together their super team with Harden. Throw me out here, Harden.
Who? Harden, Irvin, Durant.
Yeah. Michael Irvin.
Now they got Griffin now.
Yeah, Griffin.
You got my kid from the Hoyas, Green.
Yeah, Jeff Green. At center, DeAndre Jordan from the Clippers. The cast that they hear, Joe Harris.
I saw it even more. It's like he just pushed himself into his leg.
Trying to, acting like he's diving for the ball. Dirty play by a dirty player, but
Yeah, that was a dirty play right there. There's no reason you went into his leg. You were spaced enough. You just kept moving into it intentionally.
Then the worst part is, after he's lying there, and you see he dove on the ground, he stands up and just stood there.
That's why I say he
didn't try and help him. Hey, my bad, nothing. He did that shit on purpose, man. Would never disrespect the game and take a player out purposely. He knows that that's all that matters to me, praying for a speedy recovery. Yeah, okay. You got to jump out there and say something, but, of course you help win the game because once LeBron goes out, not able to come back, and the rest of our players are shook, okay, we won the game, yeah. And they was on a 7-game win streak, Atlanta was. So now this makes it 8 in a row for them. And it puts them at 21-19.
That was a foul.
Still in the mix for playoffs on our weak-ass.
That was a foul.
Weak-ass Eastern Conference. But, so Dodgers in spring training.
Go Blue Crew.
They got a record of 10-5. We signed Trevor Bauer in off-season, the top starting pitching prospect, or free agent, I should say. We already had regular season legends in Kershaw and the new up-and-coming star in Walker Buehler. You got cats like Dustin May, Tony Gosselin, David Price, who opted out, rested for a whole year last year and coming back this year. So, Dodger Blue Crew looking to repeat their championship. Lakers having some issues right now as in the regular season as far as, trying to dominate, get the number 1 seed and get to defend their championship. But we still, third seed in the West and, get healthy into the playoffs, we should be fine. So, my man, Matt Verbals, mad scientist, Mr. Dank right over here, is a Pittsburgh Steelers fan.
Die hard.
And, they had a disappointing season last year.
Said, fuck the rest of you.
Disappointing season last year. This offseason, he got his starting quarterback to restructure his contract, get re-signed. Signed their star receiver from USC. Shots out to Juju Schuster-Smith. Did lose his starting center in Pouncey.
Retired.
But you know, most of his team's still intact. Not much money. They over the cap. Not much money to spend in free agency. But we'll see how the rest of the offseason goes in the draft and how they're able to rebuild and retool and come back next year. As far as my Green Bay Packers, we've done everything and anything to restructure contracts, get underneath the salary cap. We end up re-signing Aaron Jones. We end up losing our starting center, Corey Linsley, to the Chargers. And again, we'll see how the rest of the offseason goes regarding free agency and the draft coming up. And,
Giants sign Holiday for a year contract.
Saw that. Would love to have him.
Broncos re-sign Puller, cornerback.
Well, no, they signed him as a free agent. He just got released by the Bears.
Okay, yeah, you're right. Excuse me. Saints, they lose their 6th-round pick for violating COVID rules.
Yeah, they had some major COVID violations.
Raiders got fined $800,000 for being the Raiders. COVID violations. They also they kept their 6th-round pick though upon appeal.
Oh, okay.
Dolphins released tackle.
We ended up getting 3 compensatory
Isaiah
picks.
Wilson released by the Dolphins.
Did you guys get any of those picks?
What?
Compensatory picks?
Don't think so. I don't think I did.
Yeah, I don't know how those work, but yeah, we'll have to see how that draft plays out this year. We just barely got under the cap, and so I don't see too many free agents signings, so we'll have to see how things pan out in the draft. Our big major free agent signing was re-signing our starting running back in Aaron Jones.
Let's talk about this real quick. Sports related, but also socially related.
Okay.
About Deshaun Watson. They've already,
wow.
the DA and them already said they don't have nothing. They have nothing filed or nothing, but they still constantly talking about.
My concern is...
Now it says a total of 7 charges.
Right. That's my concern. 7 different women, like...
4 new lawsuits.
My concern... I was just talking to you earlier about Penn State, Joe Paterno, Jerry Sandusky.
Yeah, the secrets of the molesting boys and shit for fucking 20 plus years.
Right. This dude started a nonprofit so he would have access to...
boys.
Right.
Fucking pervert.
Right.
Nasty motherfucker.
So, I mean, my thing with Deshaun Watson, obviously you're supposedly innocent until proven guilty. But
not when you're... Wait a minute. Then it says allegations by 3 massage therapists. Oh, these bitches is full of shit. I'm gonna call bullshit. Because massage therapists, we know some massage therapists are nasty bitches. Some nasty niggas too. But the clientele that they deal with is nasty motherfuckers too. Because they be what? Paying extra money to get what? Extra frolicking. So that's some bullshit. That's I'm gonna call bullshit. Right
well,
now.
I mean, we're gonna have to see how it plays out.
I mean, of course, you know, we got to see all the facts out. It comes out in overall. But as far as just the fact that massage therapy, all of a sudden, he getting ready to get big money. Because he getting ready to get big money.
Yeah, no doubt.
Now, these females are hollering.
Yeah, I mean, again.
Like, how long ago did these accusations occur?
Well, I mean, when did Joe Paterno get fired?
2000 fucking some bullshit?
2003, but what I tell you...
1976?
Yeah.
Right. That old special privilege shit.
Yeah, so...
What? There's a social injustice experiment that doesn't work out for people of color. And that means Mexican, Asian, or Native American, or black.
I mean, he's come out in public and, you know, obviously...
And they got another triple double?
Refuting his claims. But, you know...
That's hell of a company right there. Giannis, 5 game span triple double NBA history, only with Oscar O and Chamberlain. That's the company.
Yeah, I think we're gonna we did our sports segment. We talked about our social justice experiments.
What about that injustice right there?
What?
NCAA improves workout area for women's tournament. But previous to that, that shit was jacked up. They had like one dumbbell set. A host,
The women are still fighting for their rights.
This bull.
They're fighting for equal pay.
How are they fighting
rights.
for equal pay and you got a black vice president who's a woman? Come on now.
Yeah, that's just now though.
The point is
the whole good old boy.
How about where them good old boys ain't shit?
Yeah, I mean they've been holding down the women forever.
Assholes. You always want to pinch them on the booty and shit and get some free pills and backroom deals.
Yeah, I mean and that's where women compare themselves and compare their struggle to that of other groups, such as black folks, such as gay folks. It is what it is, unfortunately. So, but yeah, I mean, we've talked about it, we've touched on it. We want to hear you folks. Going on an hour here on our podcast. So
we're about to check out on y'all.
Yeah, man, we're gonna skip our top 5. We'll catch up with the next episode or whatever. But hopefully, the content to this point has been informative, has been interesting, has been likable to this point. You know what I'm saying? If not, we're open to suggestions. We're open to criticism. Just shoot it out in the comments. You know what I'm saying? YouTube channel Black Brown Movement 88, all lowercase, all one word. Black Brown Movement 88. Go ahead and subscribe if you want to hear future episodes. Like this particular episode, comment on it. It'll be on our channel. This is Third Eye Worldwide Radio, Black and Brown Movement Radio podcast. We did get our sports segment in. We did talk about our main topic and main theme, but we don't want to,
we don't want to bore y'all.
Yeah, pretty much, straight up, So we want to give love to those who give love to us, and we pretty much
like Gary Owen said, we fucking with who fucking with us.
Straight up, absolutely, no doubt. And so like we always do when we end our podcast, my brother, what do we do? What do we say?
One love.
One movement. Holla back.
Love y'all, folks.